Hey, what's up, everybody? I wanted to go over to some body cam tonight from Officer Snyder, and there's three parts to this body cam. The first one, yeah, we actually get to see Murphy being taken out of the house, and we also see Jack D get basically put in a squad car. Now, from what I've heard, he wanted to sit in the squad car. I don't know why. And then you could hear two of the cops talking about Jack Decor walking up to him, asking what was going on in the house and what was going on in the house and everything else. Yeah, just really very interesting. First things first.
Truth cuts through the static. Silence hides the loudest lies. No spin, no fear, no smoke-filled screen. Just timelines tight and questions clean. Every detail, every name, we follow facts, not online fame. When stories fracture, we slow it down. True crime unleashed. No myths, no leash. True first, justice loud. We stand apart from the screaming crowd. This isn't gossip. This is evidence. Silence hides the loudest lies. No spin, no fear, no smoke-filled screen. Just timelines tight and questions clean. Every detail, every name, we follow facts, not online fame. When stories fracture, we slow it down. True crime unleashed, no myths, no leash. Truth first, justice loud. We stand apart from the screaming crowd. This isn't gossip, this is evidence.
I copy.
What did he just take a picture of?
Where are you living at?
I live right over there, but that's like ex-girlfriend of like 5 years. I've done anything.
Your ex-girlfriend and your dog. Are you hanging out with these guys right now, or no? Or are you just walking by?
No, I came over here because I saw this. And I'm just
Trying to figure out what's going on. Okay, man. Yeah, I'll have you sit here for a second, and then we'll have someone talk with you, okay? You want to come over here with me? I'll have you over here, bud. Give me, what's behind your back, dude? Nothing?
keep my hands on.
Okay. You mind if I search you real quick, dude?
Yeah, it's just not for me.
What's your name, dude? Okay, man, how do you come up right here? You want to sit in the car for a second?
I can if you'd like.
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, man. I also want to talk to you in a second. Thank you. Just so we can keep you separated from the people that work around. So that yeah, I'll have someone talk to you in 1 second. Okay, man. I appreciate it. Thanks. Hey. Guy just walked up to me and said, "Hey man, can I talk to you? What's going on?" I said, "Who are you? Or do you live here or something?" He said, "No, it's my ex-girlfriend of 5 years. It's in there, and I don't know what's going on. I just live right over here." He just pointed. He said, "Right over here," and I said, "I'll have someone come talk to me." I said, "So he's in the back of Mitch's car."
Okay. Have you been in there yet?
I need to take pictures of this stuff, and I'll work my way in, all the way in.
Well, get all the bins and all that stuff too. There's one room that still hasn't been
Okay.
There's one room that hasn't been cleared yet. I wonder which room he's talking about.
Not yet. I'm about to though. Do we know everybody's vehicle that's here so far? Yeah, well, that's odd that guy came back. Okay. Yeah.
Happy holidays to you.
I have one in my car. Huh?
Screwy King Road out there.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Me too. Me too. We're right there. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Bianca.
Perfect. Okay. Are you gonna take pictures of them?
I took pictures of them. I used them for scale.
Okay. I'll get you a tape measure in 1 second. Let me get pictures of going in.
Twiz, I don't understand why they redacted the empty room. What in earth would make them redact the empty room?
Come back and take better pictures as we go.
Well, Texas can get really good before photos too. Yeah, that down belongs to the full project for 2 months ago. Yeah, so keep an eye on it.
That's Bethany's room.
Okay. Footprints over there.
Is he in Xana's room right now? Is that why it's so redacted, Twiz?
Out here too.
I haven't seen any out here. That was graphic by the Houston room, but there's signs of some stuff going on.
Of course, this is redacted.
Is this up here? Yeah.
Snap a picture, snap a picture, snap a picture.
Hey, sorry, John, set this side. And you got pictures of the palm print?
Yeah, I didn't realize there's people just now. There's one here and one here, so I just got the left one, but there's
Here. Take a picture below it.
That's got to be Officer Smith standing next to Snyder.
Dust over him. Face of some sort. Still doesn't look.
screens off of it. So.
Right. Make sure if anybody tries to come up here, obviously.
So you want me to move that tape for that fence post?
No, let's just keep it here for now. I'll come back and work around, and I'll bring you back that measuring tape. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right, but. Doctor pound for us. Did you get this room?
I got a couple pictures from the doorway. So.
There's Dylan's room.
Head up.
What is it? 13 million euros. Who's on the left and where the dog is?
Okay.
Ooh, sorry. I'll shut the door to this. So that the dog is in here.
Let me get this picture.
What's up? Yeah, we got him.
Murphy.
You already checked back there? Okay, I'm gonna just check it real quick because this is making me nervous. It's like air.
Oh, boy, you get photos first.
Can you open this door?
Huh?
Are we going in here?
Did we shut
Here it is. I'll check it around.
Yeah, it's
From what?
it was open.
Oh, we.
That one guy said, "Holy hell!"
get step in there. So,
Did that guy just say I don't want to step in there?
okay, I'm coming.
You're trying to coax out Murphy.
I'm gonna grab him a measuring tape, and I'm gonna re-tape this off.
Even though we're able to.
What's up, man?
Is this about me being outside or?
My buddy said he saw you out there.
Yeah, I was just walking around trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay, you guys live here?
Yeah, or they
Okay.
do. I'm
Did
just
you guys hear anything, see
No.
anything last night or early
No.
this morning?
Can you tell us what happened?
We can't tell you what's going on right now,
Is everyone okay?
but we're gonna have you guys you guys are all safe, okay?
Yes.
But we're gonna have you guys stay inside for right now, if you don't mind. And we might have somebody come back and talk with you guys, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and then I appreciate if anybody leaves, so let us know. Okay. Okay, thank you. Do you mind if I take pictures right here? Is that okay? Cool. Okay, appreciate it.
All right, let's know if you need anything else.
Thank you.
I think I found something very interesting from the Sunshine for All channel about the DNA.
Department about those. This was on November 15th, 2 days after the crime. The officer was able to speak to A, and she sent info about the camera located on a nearby residence, text messages between K and JD, text messages between K and her private driver EG, for some reason they redact even his last initial, and video from the grub truck Twitch feed where K and M had gone for food after the corner club and before returning home. The officer goes on to discuss obtaining the SD card from the 1112 camera next door to the crime scene, but not being able to read it on his forensic computers, and then for some reason returning it and reinstalling it into the camera. This handling of the camera footage has always puzzled watchers of the case, because obviously this camera could potentially contain very important evidence. It seemed that returning it and reinstalling it could put the footage at risk of being lost or overwritten. The officer goes on to say that on November 17th, a different officer then recontacted the owner of the camera. She said she was out of town but sent a video to the other officer showing a figure walk to the dumpster and appear to look inside. Mowry then says to preserve any potential evidence on the camera, he asked the owner if he could seize the entire device, including the SD card. She said yes, but she wouldn't be back until November 28th. He directed her to contact him when she returned, at which time he would attempt to connect the camera back to her Wi-Fi router and view the video. Just to put this in perspective, this was a quadruple unaliving, and this was camera footage from next door with audio. Many viewers, when they saw these documents, were startled by the apparent lack of urgency in preserving and collecting this evidence. And why was it not possible to view it even without forensic computers? Don't people view their footage all the time? Why wait until the resident came back on the 28th? With permission, couldn't the police gain access before then? Furthermore, why had it not been collected already by police the first day? The camera is very visible next door to the crime scene. But moving on. In document sequence number 24, the officer describes obtaining the Twitch stream video from the grub truck food truck from November 12th to 13th. The food truck starts its Twitch stream at 10 o'clock, so if I'm not mistaken, whatever the timestamp on the video is, add it to 10 o'clock to get the approximate time. The stream was labeled The Carbonara Effect. We'll never reveal our secret ingredient. A title that coincidentally referred to the same dish the victim K had ordered that night on camera.
No, it's amusing though. It's fun to watch other people miserable. Have a good night. Bye. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thanks. I think I would like the carbonara.
Okay.
But if I have like a free grub truck on my like app.
Oh, yep. So what you want to do is we'll actually do this.
Cool. Thank you.
Absolutely.
How many more do you need? That's the second one? Awesome.
Dawn's mom. Oh, wait. Yeah, one.
Maybe I didn't have a free one.
It's right here.
And then what was the next?
Don't forget to remove the
The
spoon.
The
carbonara.
Carbonara Mac of the Week.
Here, I'll grab it for you.
Excellent. And then click See Rewards.
Enjoy.
And it looks like you not quite have enough points yet.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
I do have a big burrito pork here for you.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Where'd the pen go, guys? Where's my pen? How are you guys doing?
How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I seem to have lost my pen, but that's fine. What can I get for you?
Can I get
Just two John Claws?
cheese, mac and cheese, please?
Definitely. I get
Thank you. Thank you.
and then, pork tacos. Oh yeah. How many pork tacos would you like?
The next document, sequence number 75, is a phone interview that an officer had with friends of KG's regarding a conversation about a stalker. They discussed a lunch in which they thought K said something about having a stalker. One friend thought KG mentioned receiving something in the mail, but some of the other friends at the lunch thought KG mentioned getting a strange message through Facebook Messenger. One of the students provided the names of some of the other friends who were at the lunch. It's important to point out that in July of 2025, the prosecutor and investigators said in press conferences that they had not found evidence of the defendant BK having followed the social media of any of the victims or making any contact with them. Subsequently, the officer spoke to JQ, who said she and Kaylee had had plans to move in together in June, and said she spoke with Kaylee often. When asked about talk of a stalker, she said she remembered Kaylee mentioning something about a stalker, but could not remember any of the details. She said she last saw Kaylee the weekend of October 3, 2022, when she came for a visit to attend the U of I football game. Jay said she also visited Kaylee around the weekend of June 14, 2022, and did not think Kaylee mentioned having a stalker on either of those weekends. Jay thought the topic was brought up sometime during the previous school year in May. Jay said she didn't know of Kaylee having any problems with anyone, and said she didn't know anyone who didn't like her. Jay said she wasn't aware of Kaylee dating anyone. Jay said Kaylee and her ex-boyfriend didn't have any hard feelings against each other, and they remained friends. She said she didn't know the other roommates who lived with Kaylee. She said on October 3 there were a bunch of people at Kaylee's house, but no one stood out. She handed the phone to another friend, who said she couldn't provide any more info. Jay recommended that the officer speak to Kaylee's friend NG, because she spent a lot of time with Kaylee. In document 23, Officer Mowry discusses receiving a screenshot from Kaylee's sister showing a Facebook post by one of the roommates' DM, in which the roommate reported details of the incident. Mowry writes that he searched for this user and found a user ID of redacted. The account had an
Wait, what did she just say?
screenshot from Kaylee's sister showing a Facebook post by one of the roommates' DM, in which the roommate reported details of the incident. Mowry writes that he searched for this user and found a user ID of redacted. The account had an avatar similar to the M avatar. He was able to pull up the account, and it appeared to have the following friends associated with it. 3 redacted names. He requested preservation of all 4 of the accounts. In document 100, Officer Mowry writes that he applied for and was granted a warrant for Extreme Networks to assist in unlocking a laptop located in the crime scene residence 1122, King Road. The laptop was being used by victim initials KG as a paid employee of Extreme Networks. Another officer assisted in the forensic examination of the laptop. On December 14, the data from the laptop was forensically acquired and examined. In MPD document 143, the lead investigator in the case states that on February 9, 2023, he was notified by the lawyer of the G family that he had discovered an Apple Watch in Kaylee's belongings which had been released to the G family on December 12, 2022, and that he stated he took a video of himself removing the watch from the box. The lead investigator writes that later on February 8, the lawyer brought the watch to him at the Moscow Police Department. February 8 would not have been later. It would have been before, so there appears to be an error there. But anyway, the lawyer appears to have brought the watch on February 8 to the police, and it was booked into evidence. The lead investigator goes on to say, he subsequently asked the lawyer twice for the video of him finding the watch, but that the video had not been provided. The lead investigator adds that he spoke to several members of the Idaho State Police and Moscow Police Department, who boxed up Kaylee's belongings, and none of them remembered seeing the item. I have to ask myself, why would Payne be insisting?
That's another thing. Why would you pack up the house and take it to storage in the middle of a crime scene?
On this video of the lawyer filming himself finding the watch, and did the lawyer really originally say that he had filmed himself finding it? I don't recall seeing questioning of this kind regarding the boxes that investigators mistakenly released to the roommate DM's family, for example, which investigators subsequently took back. We also saw documents about other parents having to go through boxes of items at the police storage facility to take what that they thought belonged to their son or daughter. So I was a little surprised by this insistence about video of finding the watch. I can only assume it's because it could potentially contain such important evidence, and Payne didn't have a record of it on his end. I remembered Kaylee's mother saying in an interview that they were surprised at the items that were returned, including her trash can with a yogurt drink still in it, and how it gave the impression the trash had apparently not been looked through. I wonder, when items were returned to the families, did Payne give the families specific instructions regarding filming themselves when they opened the boxes and went through the personal belongings? Because otherwise, why would they be filming themselves? The important thing is they reported it when they found it, knowing it could potentially contain evidence. And where is that data from the watch? I don't recall coming across it yet in the documents, but hopefully it is there. Regarding Payne asking for this video from the family, wouldn't it be more the responsibility of the police to have filmed the items as they were put into the box? One can totally understand that Payne would like to have video of the box being unsealed and the object found, of course, to support chain of custody. But the other thing is, after all, how could evidence on the watch really get contaminated anyway? It seems like it would show when and where any activity occurred on it, and the biometrics would show if it was Kaylee herself or not, etc. If the family were mistaken and the watch wasn't actually in the box when it was returned, for example if it was at her parents' home and got mixed later, I'm not saying that's what happened, this is purely a theoretical. My point is, it seems the watch zone data would show that, so what's the issue? What if, for example, it shows the victim's heart rate and movements and steps or other biometrics that night? That would indicate it had been on her person that night. Could it possibly have been returned to the family in a box from the medical examiner, for example, and that box wound up with others from the MPD or something along those lines and opened at the same time? Who knows? Pure speculation on my part, and I assume the family did find it in the boxes from the MPD like they said. Even if she hadn't been wearing the watch that night and it was tucked away in a jewelry box or in a shoe or pocket or whatever, it seems it could still potentially provide pertinent information, including if and when it might have connected to her phone and any shared data with the phone. It seems like a smart watch differs from other kinds of evidence in that to an extent it can speak for itself, it documents its own whereabouts and so much more. That could mean evidence from the watch could probably still be used as evidence in court, whether or not the chain of custody was proved really, in my opinion. Surely an expert could tell if there was any contamination or manipulation. But regardless if it could be used in court, it could provide important knowledge for the investigation regardless. To my mind, it would seem most likely that the watch was probably just inside of something else and simply wasn't seen by the officers who boxed up the items, but of course we don't know. I certainly hope the data from the watch became part of the record and will be disclosed. I have not come across it yet personally, but I could have missed it so far. I really don't know much about smartwatches. I'm sure you can tell me much more about how they work. As always, everyone mentioned on my channel is presumed innocent. I assume all of the above acted in good faith, and any discussion on my channel is purely my opinion and speculation. Thank you for watching.
Okay, that was really an AI voice. But yeah, thank you, Sunshine for All. It just makes me wonder, guys, exactly what's really going on. Yeah, in this case. Yeah, it makes me wonder what's going on in this case. Even though a lot of people say it's closed, well, I mean, it's not closed to me. It's really not. Now, let's see here. Let's see, Peyton Campbell phone interview.
I could just talk to you here on the phone. So, can you, did you have any special relationships with any of the victims or anything?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really good friends with Kaylee.
Okay.
She was a year older than me. We were in the same chapter together, and we're pretty good friends.
Okay, so you guys were both 80?
Yes. Yeah, and then I also I knew Xana pretty well as Ethan, just from kind of the community, and I met Xana like pretty early on in my first week of college.
Okay. Are you a junior?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. So do you know of anybody, I know you said you were pretty close to Kaylee. Do you know of anybody that she may have associated with that could potentially have violent tendencies or be violent in any way?
No, I don't. I can't think of anyone.
Okay. And this question is, I mean, we're not trying to say people did this or did that. We're just trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, just with everything that's going on. Was Kaylee ever involved in any like drugs, or do you know if she ever like partied with drugs or anything?
Not to my knowledge. I know that was, something that kind of like that has happened and stuff. I've never personally heard or seen anything related to Kaylee, if that makes sense.
What about any of the other roommates that were in the house?
No, not them personally. I know that like is something that does happen kind of like in this environment, or it has happened, but not them personally.
And,
no.
and you mean,
Not to
are
my
you talking
knowledge.
about like just stuff that happens, like people that like just party with drugs?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Even though we've heard from Katie that Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan did cocaine. We've heard from Dylan that Xana and Ethan and Kaylee did Adderall, but Kaylee didn't do it all the time. So why is this person saying that they never did drugs when you've had two other people come out and say that they have?
Like, I don't know anything of them personally.
So you've never seen Kaylee do coke or marijuana or any sort of, Xanax or any sort of party drug? You've never like seen or heard her do any of that stuff before?
No, I've never seen her. No.
Okay.
Not to my knowledge.
And what about Xana or Ethan or Maddie or any of the others?
No, not personally, no.
Okay.
Like I said, I know that like is something that is probably like in the same environment, but no, not them personally.
Okay. Do you know if drugs were ever being sold out of that house at all by any chance?
No.
Okay. When was the last time you spoke or saw Kaylee?
I saw her when she was at Grub Truck with Maddie and with her and Maddie.
Okay.
I spoke to Kaylee when she was like after she had ordered, when she was waiting for her food.
Okay. And how was Kaylee's demeanor at that time?
She was good. She we kind of just had a light conversation, just like about what we were, but she seemed really happy. Her and Maddie were laughing.
Okay. Did they say what their plans were after they were at the Grub Truck, like where they were going or anything?
No, they didn't. No.
Okay. You said you spoke to Maddie too, or was just Maddie just kind of there?
No, I saw Maddie. I didn't have a conversation with her. She just was standing like with Kaylee.
Okay.
I only actually had a conversation with Kaylee.
Okay. Do they seem intoxicated at all, or?
I didn't ask, but I think a little bit. And I know that she had come from the club, I think, because my friend also told me she was there with her. But not anything like extremely where she was not able, like she didn't know where she was. So she like
nothing
was,
out of the normal.
Coherent. Like, yeah, she wasn't like stuttering on her words or anything like that.
Okay, so she wasn't like stumbling or slurring her words or like not making sense or anything like that.
No, yeah, she was like coherent, like understood where she was. She wasn't like slurring or stumbling over her words at all.
Okay. And did they come to the Grub Truck with anybody else?
I didn't see them show up to Grub Truck because I came after she was there. She had already ordered by the time that I was there.
Okay, so you showed up after her?
I did. Yes, I showed up afterwards,
Okay.
and I only spoke to her for a little while. But I did watch I watched back just to see in the video, because there's like a security kind of video at the Grub Truck.
Are you speaking about the Twitch stream?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you see on that?
I saw that someone kind of had showed up the same time as her. I didn't. I just tried to look back to see if it was someone that I recognized, because I didn't see anyone that I recognized standing with Maddie and Kaylee when I spoke to them.
Okay.
But I didn't recognize. It kind of looks like someone had shown up with them, but I didn't recognize them.
Okay, so you don't know who that individual was?
No, I don't.
Okay, you've never. Did anybody say they recognized him?
No, but we were all trying, like, some of my friends and I were speaking on it and trying to figure that out, because my friend who was with Kaylee at the club said that there was someone that was, like, kind of concerning, but...
There was somebody kind of concerning at the corner club. That's very interesting.
She had no clue who he was, and so we weren't able to figure out who that was.
Okay, so your friend that was at the club with Kaylee and Maddie said that there was someone concerning at the club as well, the corner club?
Yeah. This is all just information that I had heard from her, but she said there was someone that was kicked out or was a cause of concern. Like, someone was concerned because he was kind of being creepy towards Maddie.
Okay.
So there was somebody at the corner club that was being creepy towards Maddie, and he was concerning, and he was possibly kicked out. I wonder who that is.
But I never, like, saw that, and that was all I heard.
Okay.
Because I was not present at the club.
Right.
With them.
And which friend was that said that to you?
Her name was Bonnie. I believe she may have spoke or was sent. Or I don't know.
Okay.
I spoke to her earlier.
Okay. Yeah.
So you last saw Kaylee at the grub truck. So you said you showed up after her. She was already waiting for her food. What happened after she got her food?
I didn't exactly see, like, what direction. I kind of just saw her and Maddie start kind of, like, walking off in the direction towards her house. So kind of, like, back towards campus. I didn't see if she crossed the street or anything like that. She kind of, like, went out of my view.
Okay.
And I started talking to my friend, but yeah, she was, like, heading in that direction of campus.
Okay. Did you see anybody, like, follow her or say anything to her or anything?
I didn't when I was there, that I can remember. I was a little distracted by that point and just kind of waiting for my food. But I did in the video see someone, like, kind of walk in the same direction that they did after she left. But I don't remember watching him walk off when I was there.
Okay. Okay. Do you know of any like boys or anything that Kaylee may have hung out with?
Not really. I know, obviously, Ethan. I really don't know. I'm sure there's probably a lot of, like, I saw her earlier in the day, just, like, with a bunch of friends, but I don't know, like, anyone that she personally hung out with.
Okay. And do you know of any, like, of her ex-boyfriends or anything?
An ex-boyfriend that went to U of I at some point, but from my knowledge, they were on pretty good terms.
Okay. And what about Maddie?
I don't know about ex-boyfriends. I wasn't super close to Maddie, but I do know that her boyfriend went to U of I and graduated.
Okay. And do you know his name or?
It's escaping me at the moment.
If you don't know it off the top of your head, it's okay.
I know I've met him before. I just can't remember his name at the moment. I'm sorry.
Okay. Was there anybody that Xana or Ethan may have hung out with of concern?
Not anyone that I can think of. No.
Okay. Is there anybody that you can think of concern or anything like that?
Not off the top of my head, no. I was trying to think of, I was with Zan and Ethan earlier, and there was never anyone that, was cause for alarm.
You were with them earlier in the night?
Yes. Yeah, I was earlier that day.
And where were you guys at?
I was with Zan and Ethan, Maddie, and Kaylee kind of earlier at, an apartment. It was my friend's apartment. We were with quite a few people.
Okay. You know where that apartment is?
Yeah, it's on, I actually don't know the name of the road, but
Does
it's
it have
called
a
the White
nickname?
Apartment.
The Whites?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. We were just kind of hanging out with all of our friends and stuff, and I was there with Xana and spoke to her and spoke to Kaylee.
Okay.
And there's never anyone of concern that was there. It was all people that we knew.
Okay.
That were with us. There was never anyone that we didn't know.
Okay. Do you have anything? Okay. Well, I appreciate you giving us speaking to me.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't have very much information.
Nope. That any information right now is helpful for us. So, yeah, if you ever have any more questions for myself or just in general, you can always, or if there's something that you end up learning that you think is important to share, even if you don't, or if you don't think it's important, either way, you can always give us a call and share that information with us. Something that you may think is little might go a long way for us. So, okay.
Yeah, I will do that.
All right. Well, try to enjoy your Thanksgiving break, and thanks again for
I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. I hope everyone has a good Christmas and a good Happy New Year. And it's very interesting what this girl said. This is the first time hearing her interview. So, yeah, I never knew about the guy getting kicked out of the corner club. And Merry Christmas to you too, Twizzle Stick. Were you lurking? But I will be going live again Friday. And I'll be touching on just a variety of different subjects on Friday. So make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, click the bell notification, and make sure you share this live out. Everyone have a good Christmas. This is True Crime Unleashed, and I'm out, guys. Peace. Yeah, I know you've been writing me on Discord. Haha.
Silence hides the loudest lies. No spin, no fear, no smoke-filled screen. Just timelines tight and questions clean. Every detail, every name. We follow facts, not online fame. When stories fracture, we slow it down. True crime unleashed. No myths, no leash. Truth first, justice loud. We stand apart from the screaming crowd. This isn't gossip, this is evidence.